I used to tell people that if I can know Forex the way I know physics, I'm going to be as profitable as possible. There are some things that have actually been in Forex, and those things are and will continue to be. Different people just come to give it nomenclature. I saw one mentor, post something on chat. He said technicals is not enough. He should put it in such a way that maybe there was so much thing in the trade that he caught. And when I checked it, it was just structure, inducement, and price came to grab liquidity then move. When I started Forex, then I wanted to die. Experience in trading, in Forex trading, cannot be taught. Experience can only be experienced. It is normal to blow an account. It is normal to fail. It is normal to fail profit. It is normal to collect investment from people and blow it and they are looking for you. Some of those things are normal.
Did that happen to you?
No, it didn't happen to me, but I lost money in Forex, $50,000.
Hello there, viewers, and hello there, those joining us for the first time ever. I'd like to welcome you to the Profitable Podcast. Yes, this podcast is designed for all Forex enthusiasts and those probably who are looking forward to gaining insights when it comes to Forex trading, okay? So if you're looking up to leveling up your game in this particular segment, all right, so make sure you stay glued to your, whether it's TV, your channel, whatever you're watching from, okay? We have a lot we're going to dish out today. My name is Danny PSU, and people also call me the FX host. Today is very, very interesting and exciting for me because it's I feel like, when you have a guest that does the same thing that you do, it's crazy. So you have to really be cool and you have to come prepared. Yeah, because knowing quite well that this guy is a sound guy. The person I have today is someone I would call the master of humility. He's a very humble guy from his looks, very humble. And also, I feel like this humility is something he takes into the trading world and one of the things that make him stand out and to be profitable. Okay, so today, without much ado, I have with us here someone who is an engineer. I don't know if he dropped that along the way. And also, he's an influencer as well. He's a Forex educator, and most importantly, he's a host of Straight Talk. Okay, so it's a podcast that also features a lot of successful traders. So today I have with me Matthew Igba in the building. Ladies and gentlemen, please can we welcome Matthew Igba in the building. How are you doing?
Thank you so much.
I gotta clap for you.
It's good to be here.
Good to have you. Good to have you, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, it feels like the whole world is watching us right now.
I this is first time I'm being on this side.
How does it feel being on this other side?
The interviewer is now to be interviewed.
The interviewer is not the interviewee, right?
It's so good to be here.
Yeah, how does it feel like to be on this other side? First, let me start from there.
I think it feels great. Because this is my first time I've been interviewed like this live, and I'm here to experience what others are experiencing.
So when you put them on the hot seat and then you hammer them, so
hammer them with questions and shake table.
This is time for us to hammer you and also shake the table. Yeah.
But the thing is, I'm actually ready.
Okay, that's good. I like that. So first, how are you feeling? Today, what's up? What's going on with you?
I'm cool, just chill. Every day of my life is, I'm just on a chilling mood.
Forex is not doing you bad boots.
Not at all. I've passed that level. I've seen it all.
Oh, I see.
I've seen it all.
Okay. So this is how I want to start today. First, I'd like to ask you, who do you think is the richest Forex guy in Africa?
This angle that you're starting from, because
it's crazy.
I was about to cause some trouble online before, but I'm just still maintaining my steez a little.
Yeah,
it's not something I want to say. Or I don't know. We don't know what is happening at the back end. We only know what is happening on the front end, what people are showing to us. We have a lot of big traders. We have the big dark willies.
Okay, all right, just hold on there. Now, you know why I asked you that? Because recently I discovered that you had an interview with him.
Yeah.
Right, and I don't know what you used. Maybe you cut the soap for me. I've been trying to drag Dapper Willis down here, and he has been giving us, how to get. So how do you do that, man?
I think the way people perceive me in the Forex space is something that I admire a lot. I remember when I went for the events that we all saw ourselves. I don't want to advertise anybody.
It's okay.
So I noticed the way other traders, came to greet me, like the way they spoke to me, and I just feel people hold me in high esteem in the Forex space, and I think I like that. Maybe it's because of my humility or how I've been carrying myself, but it just met with me. I'm like, oh, Mr. Peak, I would like to be on your podcast. Just give me date and time. You know the energy of that corner. Just give me date and time. I'll come to your podcast and all. And I was able to invite him, and that
so
was
he's
it.
the one that actually came to you.
Yeah, he came to me. He was like, oh, Mr. Peak, I like what you're doing. Just give me date and time. There was one video that was circulating. Yeah, that came to our table, greeted me.
You. Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, that was what we're talking about. So I was asking, are you still around? He said, yeah, just give me date and time. I'll be there. And
wow.
funny enough, he came.
Wow, amazing. So first, let me ask you, how long have you been doing this podcast thing?
I started 3 months ago.
It's a recent thing?
Yeah, I started 3 months ago.
Wow.
I started physically 3 months ago.
And you have such traction?
Yeah, because I was prepared for it.
That's really... Oh, did you have... Because let me start from your YouTube page. You have a lot of following on your YouTube page. So is it... the following you have on your YouTube page, is it something that was propelled by the podcast, or you already had, say, students that are following you based on what you
before now, I've actually been releasing educational content. Okay, and my strong point is actually how I convey the knowledge across. So I've been dropping educational content, and people have been going there to watch the content. So, and I'm like, okay, let me just expand my reach. It's beyond people, knowing exactly how to trade. We also need to, have conversations with people that have been there, that have the experience already, that can share. So I'm like, okay, since I already have the platform, let me just dive into the podcast thing. But I had to prepare for it. I had the podcast in mind since last year, but I didn't start. I don't like starting an idea once I conceive it. I first sit down to plan it through, like how will it be in the next 6 months, in the next 1 year. Once I get my final answer, then I can now start. So I always start with excellence.
Beautiful. Yeah. I can see why. You're doing well with it. Okay, so I believe that first of all, the thing that was on my mind, I've pushed that out. So let's get back to the very roots, the very beginning. So your name, Mr. Peak, and Matthew Igba. Why not Matthew Igba? Why Mr. Peak? What is it about the name Mr. Peak? How did you get to, is it someone that called you that name or something? Tell us about that.
Actually, before Forex trading, I had what I was doing. I was into education. I finished from Obafemi University, Electrical Electronics Engineering. While I was in school, I started a tutorial center, and it's still operational till now. It's the biggest tutorial center in Osun State. In the course of 5-6 years, I've rendered educational services to over 8,000 students. So it's pretty big.
Wow.
And the name of my tutorial is the Peak Construct for Higher Learning.
The Peak Construct
for higher learning. That was what was registered with the CAC, right? But it's too long, but just to shorten it, it's also known as the Peak Tutors. So on campus in Obafemi University and the environs, everybody knows Peak Tutors. And being the owner of Peak Tutors, sometimes people will call you by your business.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? People just say, oh, Peak Tutors. And because of the fact that people respect me, they just started adding respect to it. Mr. Peak Tutors. Some people want to register Mr. Peak Tutors.
Mr. Peak.
They now remove the tutors. So now like Mr. Peak. So that's how people started calling me Mr. Peak. So, and it got to a point, I was now looking more like Mr. Peak than Igba Matthew. You understand? So when I wanted to enter into Forex, I needed a brand that is outside my name. I needed a brand that was outside my name. So I just continued as Mr. Peak.
Interesting.
Added FX.
Interesting. So I've gotten to know how you guys now know how Mr. Peak came about.
Yeah.
All right. So let's go to the part of you as a trader, right?
All right.
And you have a community. So how did you get into Forex? For some people have crazy stories. Some people just saw the flashy cars and wanted to be a part of that. Some just saw the lifestyle and all that. Some just wanted to travel around the world. Some want to impress women. Be like, I'm a Forex trader. I'm making money. Okay,
everybody,
so tell us your story.
Yeah,
let me know your purpose. Yeah.
All right. It started. Forex started officially for me in 2020, and the reason is this. Earlier when I talked about me having a tutorial center in OUU, right? I was rendering educational services to undergraduate students in courses that they find very difficult and courses that can affect their GP. So I was running that, and I had quite a number of students. Like I had full classes. I was even running batches A and B. I was a physics instructor. Personally, I teach physics. I used to tell people that if I can know Forex the way I know physics, I'm going to be as profitable as possible.
Wow.
Like I am very good with physics. I've written 2 physics textbooks.
Jeez.
Yeah.
That is interesting.
Yeah, I have written 2 physics textbooks. So I love taking physics. And then my business was a physical business. That simply means that students have to, pay for tuition, gather in a place, in a class where we teach them. All right. So I was mostly making money from students by teaching them, those courses. And I had teachers or tutors that are teaching other courses like chemistry, physics, and all. So when it got to 2020, that was when coronavirus struck, and we were all told to stay at home. Watching news, seeing the death tolls, so amount of people have died in this country and all. So they had to ground everything physical. Like everybody had to be indoors. Everything was shut down. And the money was no longer coming in. And I was like, shouldn't I like this is a good idea? What if this is the beginning of the end of the world? What if this is like an apocalypse and we're not going to be out for the next, for the next 10, 15 years? What if?
Crazy,
because the news was very scary that time, if you remember 2020 Corona.
I agree with you, yeah.
So I started contemplating. And the money that I had with me then, students were no longer coming to class. The money that I had with me then started depreciating, started coming down. Because I had to feed.
Yeah, definitely.
So I was spending the money. I was like, if I finish this thing,
money, what am I going to
where
do?
I won't go, you get. So I had to let me now shift my attention to a platform where I can actually make money without having access to people physically. Yeah. So I had 2 things in my mind then. I had 2 options in my mind, programming or Forex trading. I tried programming before. I didn't like it. It was too boring for my liking. I didn't really like it. And I'm like, okay, Forex trading. It's something that will require my brain. And I love functioning anywhere I can use my brain. It's always very easy for me. So I'm like, okay, if I can take the energy that I have or that I put into my academics or that I put into teaching physics, if I can just duplicate it in Forex, let me see what that will get me. So that was when I now ventured into Forex full time. So it started from 2020 and
here we are today.
Okay,
so let me just backtrack a little bit. Would you consider yourself to be a guy that, in class, the guy that usually, they say, once they write the exam, this guy not first, because it be like you not bookworm.
No, I'm not a bookworm, but I'm extremely intelligent.
No, I see.
Because when I was even in school, this is the first time I'm going to be saying it. People usually think, okay, I'm a first class product, but I didn't finish with the first class.
Interesting.
Yeah, because when I was in school, I was distracted with a lot of things. I started business very early. I was everywhere, so it was affecting me. But I didn't mind. But I know by myself that I am a first class material. If I find myself anywhere, I need to use my brain and crack something and crack the code and make money. I will definitely survive. So it wasn't so hard for me, coming into Forex trading because I needed to put my mind into it. And of course, if I do well in Forex, money will come, and you know that money is enough motivation for you to do well in anything. So that was it.
I like that story because, truth be told, a lot of people think that exams is the measure of intelligence, which for me is not. And then being that after being done with school, you might be given something, a problem to solve. You find yourself in a place and
real life problems,
real life situations, and your first class may not help you at that point. Intelligence basically is your capacity of the brain for you to deploy the things and solve problems. So that's quite interesting. So I want us to talk about the place of education in Forex trading, because you're an educator. You've trained people. You have, like you said, you had a hub where you teach people stuff. So would you say that having that experience helped you shape what you do as a Forex educator?
Yeah, it actually did help me because one thing I've come to notice is that knowing something and having the ability to teach that thing are 2 different things. We have a lot of first class people that are doing so well that out of 100 they will score 98 and all. And when it comes to them passing that knowledge across, they can't pass the knowledge across.
Word.
And you can see some other people that might not be as good as those first class people, But what they know and understand, if they pass it across, even a 2-year-old will be able to understand. So the fact that I've actually done tutorials in the past, I've met diverse kind of students. I've met those that are extremely intelligent. I've met those that are average. I've met those that are dull, all in the same class. And you have to teach everybody, So it got to a point, because of my experience in the teaching line, I had to try to discover a way to actually pass knowledge across. And then I had a principle. There's a principle in chemistry that says that Le Chatelier's principle.
The Chatelier's principle. I don't want to form my hands.
Okay, let me not go too deep. I don't sound too deep.
No, say what you want to say, but I don't want to form my hands. You know the funny thing?
Okay.
I don't want to shout.
Okay.
I studied chemistry.
Oh, sorry.
so I remember that principle is just playing in my head, but I can't recall it, right? So
let me not even go down. Okay, let me just even start with Avogadro's law. It says that equal volumes of all gases under the same temperature and pressure must contain the same number of molecules. So and I said to myself that for me, having access to teach people, and I have different kind of people with different kind of backgrounds all in my class, how can I pass this knowledge across such that everybody will understand
it? Yeah.
More like everybody under the tutelage of Mr. Peak should contain the same number of molecules after the class. They should all understand, irrespective of how good you are or how dull you are. So it made me to add some spice to teaching. So I started teaching with what I call edutainment.
Edutainment.
Yeah, then
is that a mixture of education and
entertainment? Yes, okay. I can break the most complex things, right, in a particular subject matter that I understand into little crumbs that everybody will be like, oh, so now the market structure where they try explain to me all these years. Oh, so this is the liquidity they've been saying. You get, so all those experiences that I had with my tutorials then actually helped me to be able to explain Forex better. I used to tell people that if I teach you and you don't understand, it simply means that you actually have a problem.
Wow.
Yeah.
So even if someone is like a dull, a slow learner.
Yes. If I teach you and you don't understand, we should actually take you to an hospital to check your brain.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm serious.
Wow.
It's that serious.
Wow.
So, but my previous business actually helped me in the way I pass knowledge across. I just know how to explain.
Okay, nice enough. So you're going to explain to all of us now there's something that's been bothering me. I see, and I find it, I feel like myself, I'm a Forex trader, but I find it difficult to really have a full grasp of this particular thing I'm going to mention, right? Order flow. Because recently, I saw this guy, what's his name? There was this buzz that was happening on Twitter. Yeah? And I believe it's order flow that caused this thing. Somebody wanted to, understand how, order flow works. I had to go pay somebody some amount of money, and at the end of the day, nothing came through. So would you explain this order flow thing to the barest minimum for any other person to understand?
Okay, one thing about Forex is, about Forex trading is that, a lot of mentors, there are some things that have actually been in Forex, and those things are, and we continue to be. Different people just come to give it nomenclature. You see somebody will come and say, my strategy is called the ghost strategy. Somebody will come and say, this is called this pattern. That all those things actually existed before now.
Yeah.
People are just giving different names to it to personalize it. Do you get what I'm saying? Probably for marketing purposes or whatsoever. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So order flow is not something that a beginner should overly rack their brains on. It's just the order flow is just the correlation between structure and liquidity. I think before I came here, I saw one mentor post something on chat on the chat. That's this morning. Post something on chat, and the person said technicals is not enough. He should put it in such a way that maybe there was so much thing in the trade that he caught. And when I checked it, it was just structure, inducement, and price came to grab liquidity then move. Do you get what I'm saying?
So they just come with big names and jargons.
With big names.
Confuse people and
with big names.
Get more money in the pocket.
And basically, market moves in two ways. Market can either consolidate or trend. Now, most times, the reason why price consolidate, because there are sometimes I actually link physics to Forex.
Interesting.
I link physics to Forex. There is price. I see price as energy. I see price as energy, and of course, price actually moves.
Yeah.
So that simply means that
That's
in
kinetic
physics, that's
energy.
kinetic energy. And there's a relationship between kinetic energy and potential energy.
Yeah.
Potential energy is energy by virtue of position,
Yeah.
and kinetic energy is energy by virtue of motion. I hope I'm not sounding too deep, I beg.
No, it's okay. It's okay. My people are educated now.
When price is consolidating, that is actually potential energy.
Yeah.
Do you get more like you wanting to fire a catapult now and you stretch it? That's potential energy. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get
Once you release it, because energy can neither be created nor destroyed, but it can be converted from one form to another. So your potential energy converts into kinetic energy. So whenever price is consolidating, that's potential energy. It is getting ready to expand.
So, Mr. Peak, I think you've done a lot of laws so far, and at this point, it's getting intense. So we want to break it down, right?
Okay.
I want us to talk about for this particular thing for someone who wants to venture into trading for the first time. How would you put it? What are the things that they should look out for in Forex trading? How should they approach the market? What would be your advice?
Well, for anyone who wants to come into Forex for the first time, what I usually tell people or advise people is to actually, get the motive behind why they want to learn Forex, because it goes a long way to affect the entire process. Some people come into Forex trading because they heard that there's a lot of money there. People are showing the life and they just want to venture into it and, see if they can make the money that people are making. But rather, people should have this perception that, okay, this Forex trading, I actually want to learn it. Like, I want to fall in love with the knowledge of it. If you have that as your starting point, right, you won't be overly carried away by whatever it is that you see people post on social media. So, first of all, they need to actually have a very good mindset towards trading. Do you get what I'm saying? That is one. Then number two, they need to seek for knowledge. Knowledge is actually light. If I tell someone that, okay, come into a certain room, let's say maybe we have a room and the room is dark, and I tell you that, inside that room that I want to take you into, there is a particular bag containing money, and if you can find that bag, it's yours. And in other part of the rooms, let's say maybe there are tons or there are, things that can actually harm you, and the room is completely dark. If I put you inside the room and tell you, go and locate the money, you will not, there's money in that room, but you will not be able to get to where the money is. In fact, why trying to, you might even do it randomly, you might go and maybe step on something that will injure you. But if you are inside that room and I just turn on the lights, you will see all the tons on the floor. You will see exactly where the money is. You will know where to step, and you will go and take the money. Why? Because there is now light. That light is knowledge. A lot of people don't spend time, with the knowledge, with studying the knowledge of Forex trading. They just want to, just jump into it, just like the way people jump into, betting platforms and just want to carry towards and carry forward. People come with that mentality into Forex, whereas it is not. Forex is a craft that you need to understand the nitty-gritty of it. So you want to spend time with education. Do you get? Now, your initial purpose of it will also affect the initial purpose of me saying that you need to have the passion to want to learn it, not just because of the money. It's actually going to sustain you when you start the Forex education, because things will not blossom immediately. So it is your initial intention that will keep fueling, your patience until things now become more clear and you now start making money. So your intention first, followed by knowledge. Then secondly, you need to be patient with yourself to undergo the experience. I used to tell people that experience in trading, in Forex trading, cannot be taught. Experience can only be experienced. So you must go through that phase, irrespective of where you learn from. Learn from the best Forex trader or learn the simplest course in Forex trading. You must still go through that shaggy. You must experience it. It is normal. Everybody should normalize it. It is normal to blow an account. It is normal to fail. It is normal to fail pro-firm. It is normal to, sometimes, collect investment from people and blow it and they are looking for you. Some of those things are normal.
Did that happen to you?
No, it didn't happen to me, but I lost money in Forex, $50,000.
Whoa,
that was the first time I experienced depression.
Don't worry, we'll talk about you get to that.
So intention number one, knowledge number two, then be patient with yourself to undergo the experiences of it. And I think if everybody can go through that, things will be a lot better in the Forex space.
Interesting. In fact, you just mentioned one thing, patience, right? Because patience is the capacity for delayed gratification. And I believe it has a very strong role in Forex trading, because a lot of people, have this thing called FOMO. Whenever they see maybe a particular move starting, they feel like they're missing out and they just want to jump in. Okay, but before I get to talk about all that, I want to have, how would I call it? I want to have an understanding of your own, where you're coming from, right? The kind of things that you were exposed to, the information you were exposed to, the educational materials you were exposed to, the mentors. Did you have mentors or tutors? What helped shape you to becoming Mr. Peaks that we have today?
Okay, it's basically my approach to things, like I was telling you about after the old lockdown thing that I entered into Forex trading. The first thing I said to myself was I needed to understand what this thing is. So I paid attention to education. I learned about Forex. I sat down, I printed materials, I printed books, I got my biros and my pen and all, and I was writing, and like I paid attention to educational materials and paying for courses and all, and I did that for a little while. I tried live trading, and it burnt me. There was a time the first time I deposited to actually trade, I went to trade US 30 after learning, and price dealt with me. Right. That day the Christianity in me came outside. I started praying and speaking in tongues for price to reverse. Right. I remember I wanted to buy US 30 and I sniped a sale.
Oh my.
So immediately I pressed buy, market started selling. So that was the first time I got liquidated. But because of my initial intention of like this is not going to be a stumbling block for me. I need to just retreat and go back and check whatever it is that I did wrongly and all. So I paid attention a lot to education, and I also follow the right people. Do you get what I'm saying? I might not comment on some people's posts, but once you post any chart or post any information, I just, every day when I go to the chat, the people that I follow, once they post any trade that they take, I just take that trade, go and locate it on MT4. Go and locate it on my trading view and try to, okay, what did they see? What did Dakpo see? What did Kojo see? I start, trying as much as possible to blend it into what I already have. And I write a lot. So writing and just trying more and more to educate myself, I just started improving progressively. So the way I actually trade now is a wealth of experience, patience, and knowledge. Yeah.
So did you also do the YouTube videos as well?
I did a lot of YouTube videos.
Yeah, that's what I want to know. Do you have specific people that you looked up to, be like, okay, this particular person, I've been following this guy, and this guy really impacted in my trading journey?
Okay, there was a time that was still that 2020 that I was always I think Kojo Forex was more pronounced that period. I think it came out a lot that 2020. I was always following his trades and all. He really knew how to catch swing trades then. So he knows how to catch long time reversals. So once he projects a starting reversal, I just need to go and watch out for it. And once the trend starts, I just find a way to get in. And I also watched some videos then from what's this guy, Pips of Partial. I don't know if you Pips of Partial. Yeah,
I've not heard that, but I'll check
Pips
him out.
of Partial. Yeah,
is it Pips of Partial?
Pips, yeah, I think so.
I'll check him out.
So I watched a lot of YouTube videos then, but it didn't make me better. I was getting new information. Like whenever I watch a video, I'm like, damn, like look at what this guy is thinking about the chart. If I go back to want to implement it, I might not get it 100%. Right. And then I go to watch another video. So at a point, it was not like there were conflict of knowledge in my brain.
Yeah.
So I thought I was doing myself a favor
by learning so many things.
Yes, but no, it was like my brain was filled with web of different knowledge. So it was later on in trade that I now knew that all those things, they are necessary information to get, but it's now less for me to now streamline it to what to what I can identify
and what works for you
and what works for me. So I had to streamline all those things. But until I did that, with all those knowledge that I went to learn, nothing happened in my trading significantly. I will win, lose, win. Like it was just a win and lose something.
Do you think? Sorry to interject there, but do you think it's as a result? Because sometimes people go into trading, into the Forex markets, thinking that because I've learned this strategy from Kojo Forex, I've learned from Dakpo, I will not lose my trade. People just expect that because they've learned this particular strategy, it's a 90% or 100% win? Is there anything like that? Any strategy?
There
that's like
is
100%?
nothing like 100% win. Anybody that comes to preach 100% win should be arrested. There is nothing. Life itself is not perfect. You get so there is no strategy that is 100% efficient. Do you get? But with a very good knowledge and a balance of risk management, a strategy can be termed profitable, but it cannot have 100% win rate. No strategy can have 100% win rate. Do you get? So once you are able to balance up your risk management, you understand, and you can now say this is actually a profitable, system to trade. But every strategy is falsifiable. It won't work all the time. It won't work all the time.
All right. So tell us, what if I want to trade like Mr. Pigs? I want to be profitable. What is the strategy that you use? What is the approach that you use when you want to trade?
Basically, my strategy and approach to the market is just the correlation between structure and liquidity, which is very important. Structure is what gives you, the direction of the market. Okay, just like I used to tell people that if you want to swim in a river, if the river is flowing to the right, if you want to have a seamless swimming, you need to swim to the right. So the current of the river will just be pushing you
there. Yeah.
But if the river is flowing to the right and you are trying to swim to the left, your arm go tire. You are swimming against the current. So once I identify my structure on the higher time frame, I know that, okay, we are bullish or maybe we are bearish, and price has expanded from a certain zone, maybe expanded downward from a certain zone. And I now know that, okay, we are now in a trending market. And once we're in a trending market, it becomes very easy, because what price does is go to seek liquidity, that's inducement. Okay, because price needs money to move. Okay, liquidity is what makes market to move. So once you have identified a certain direction that price is going, just identify liquidity areas. So if price is actually trending downwards, more like the popular ABC pattern that people used to trade now, it's just basically inducement. Like we have, an impulse, price retraces to create liquidity, creates a new low. Now the last significant high is a potential liquidity area that once price comes to grab that liquidity, and sometimes people used to trade from zones above liquidity, that they'll just see maybe a clean order block there and they want to trade from that other block. Price might not get to that other block. The purpose of price coming back is to grab liquidity. Once it grabs liquidity, you can be lucky price touches the other block and gives you confirmation. But once price has grabbed the liquidity that needs to be grabbed, Mr. Peak is already looking for entry. Wow. So that's why sometimes you see some people like, I have this clean order block. Price took out liquidity. It didn't tap my other block and it moved. The essence of price coming is to grab money. Do you get what I'm saying?
It's not about obeying other block.
No, it's to grab money, but it can touch your other block. It's to once price grab. There was a trade I took. That was yesterday. There was a clear order block that I saw. I wanted to sell. It was USD JPY. Price induced the liquidity I was using for price to induce. Just induced it by like few pips and gave me confirmation on the 1 minute. And I entered and I was like, Mr. Pick, why didn't you wait for that other block? No. If let's say maybe you are my uncle, right, and you promise me a certain money for my school fees, and you say, come to my house, let me give you that money. Once I come to your house, even if you have served me juice and all, what I came there for is the money. Even if I'm drinking maybe I've put maybe 1 cup of juice and I'm sipping it. Once you have handed the money to me that, okay, this is your school fees, I have no business in that house. I can move anytime.
Right?
Because I came for the liquidity.
What you wanted.
I don't necessarily need to eat the turkey you put on the table. So price is, once you understand the balance between, or the the relationship between structure and liquidity, is bliss.
Wow.
And just work on your entry model. That's all.
Wow.
That is all.
So you've mentioned inducement. So explain to a layman. So people may not even know what inducement is. So how would you, even if you want to do gesticulate it, how would you explain inducement to a layman?
Yeah, I think I did that in one of the videos that I released on the internet. So I was talking about internal external liquidity that I had to explain to a layman. I said liquidity, of course, definitely is money. Now, I said, let's imagine that someone in Nigeria, a student in Nigeria, wants to go and study abroad. The reason why you want to go and study abroad is because you are going to seek greener pastures. You feel that they have a better economy, they have a better government. It simply means that you are going to seek external liquidity. Do you get? You want to go abroad. Everybody that is trying to do their passport or looking for visa, they want to go abroad. They are seeking for external liquidity. But do you know that if you want to go and seek for external liquidity, you cannot just stand up and move. Fine, there's money outside, there's money abroad. You cannot just stand up and go and grab the external liquidity that is present abroad. Before you go abroad, you must first need to, gather your money for flights, process your visa, work to gather some. Those money that you are trying to gather in Nigeria, they are internal liquidity. Do you get what I'm saying? So that is why, if let's say maybe we have in a particular uptrend, we have a certain low, right? That creates a new high. Okay, that new high that price created is external liquidity. Okay, now from the low that went to create a new high, there would have been some lower time frame trends as well inside. So once price has created a new high, it will not just keep buying like that. Price will have to come and seek internal liquidity in that trading range. Do you get what I'm saying? So once you see a certain high, a certain low in an uptrend has produced a certain high. Okay, there is need for price to come inside that trading range. So you now start spotting out for liquidity areas. Like, what are the potential liquidity areas? You can have multiple zones. That, okay, price can come and induce this guy to buy, or it can come lower to induce this guy. So you now have areas of interest. So once price comes there, induce a certain liquidity, you wait for confirmation. If it doesn't give you confirmation, maybe it's coming lower. Do you get what I'm saying? Some people needed to gather more. That's why you see maybe some people going to even study abroad. They need them, proof of funds. Some people, after a certain why, they might not have gathered enough proof of funds. They still stay back. Like, let me go deeper in this, or let me gather more internal liquidity. And once that is done, price gives you intent. That's the reason for confirmation.
I see.
Price tells you, I want to buy now. So not that maybe price just takes external liquidity or take internal liquidity you want to buy. No, you should also work on what is it that I need to see after liquidity has been grabbed. Work on your entry. Then once that is done, you can now buy and target your external liquidity. That's the abroad that you are going. And before you know it, you're in UK.
Interested. Before you know, you don't jackpot.
You don't jackpot.
Nice. Okay, so I love the way this conversation is going. I like to also being that you have so much experience. What are the things that you think you would have, the mistakes you wouldn't make, the things you wish you knew before you stepped into the Forex trading?
Well, I wouldn't say I made mistakes. I think how I am now is a sum total of everything I've been through. So I think I wouldn't have preferred it to go a better route. I think I love how it went, because everything that I'm doing now is a sum total of the experiences, the account that I've blown, everything. So I think it's actually part of it. But there are just some things that some people can just do to ensure, because I've seen some people say they have 7 years trading experience, they are not profitable. There are some things that you can do to shorten all those things. But I think I like my journey so far. I love all the failures and all.
Okay, interesting. All right, so being that you also, you've interviewed a lot of Forex traders, successful Forex traders. So let's look at the industry, a large scope of the industry. So what do you think is missing in this space? Do you think are we having competition over collaboration, or what's happening in this Forex industry? Let's just have your view on this.
Well, I think currently the Forex space is kind of toxic. I've seen people approach me several times and ask me and say, Mr. Peak, how are you doing it? We never see anybody come bash you. Because a lot of people are bashing each other.
Right. And I feel like this thing happens on Twitter a lot.
A lot. I don't know if the people opening Twitter accounts are different from people opening Instagram or
I don't know. Even
TikTok
like Instagram people seem to be very calm.
But that TikTok
Twitter,
is just, Twitter rather, is just very, very, very toxic, And I think also one other thing that I can notice in the Forex hemisphere, maybe for Africa, is the competition is actually on the high. Yeah, a lot of people are trying to, come and show new version of themselves that is better, not even better than their old version, better than you,
and another person,
better than another person. Everybody's just coming to show. This one posts his own, this one post. It's just so toxic. I don't think there is so much collaboration in the Forex space, which is one thing that might be affecting might be affecting us. This one we want to teach his strategy. Instead of you to give reason why your strategy is good. You are bashing other people's strategy to validate your own, which is very, very, very bad. It's very toxic. And that goes a long way to play on the mentality,
we have
on play on the mentality of the person that is trying to maybe learn from you, because you are bashing other places that they can actually, learn from. You are bashing it because you are trying to preach to them that your strategy is the almighty strategy. Every other strategy is wrong. It's not so. I think we should be more open-minded as as mentors to try to communicate this knowledge. It's a competition against poverty, not against ourselves. Okay,
wow. Competition against poverty.
Against poverty, yeah. If you take a trade in Forex on Euro USD, for example, right, and you show me the way, and I take that same trade on Euro USD, my money that I'm making will not affect your money.
True.
There's over $7 trillion that is volume that is traded every single day. If you are to make your $2,000, you make your $2,000. If I follow you, I can make more $200, and it will not have effect on your $2,000. So the commission is just so much. I'm like, why is that so?
But so do you think a lot of this, because I feel like some of the screenshots that we see, do you think there are fake things, or some are demo? Because so many people just come and sometimes they just tell you, I made $100K today, $50K, and you'll be like,
my brother,
is it the same market that I'm trading? What's going on?
My brother.
Yeah.
Should I
Please
talk?
shake the table. Shake the table. Let's talk about this thing today.
Don't believe everything you see on social media. Everybody posting on social media is trying to sell a certain narrative. Don't believe whatever you see on social media. People come to make themselves look huge so that they can, influence people that they want to influence, and in turn make money from them. Anybody you see posting on social media as a Forex trader, there is something you are looking for online. If you are truly profit, even me that I'm posting, I'm looking for something. I won't lie. Yes.
Yeah, I like that.
Do you get what I'm saying? I won't deny it.
Yeah, true.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I won't deny it. What will make me to want to come and post my entries is to make people know that they catch this thing. If you want mentorship, if I'm into mentorship, you can always contact me. If I truly don't need anything from social media, I won't post. I will just make my money on the low.
Because I feel like, I'm sorry to cut you there, because I feel like, so many people are in the industry, like in the computer, the ICT world.
Yeah.
Some of these guys are there, making a lot of money. They will not just come to post the money they are making. But why do we in the Forex industry?
Because they are looking for something online. We are looking for something online. Which rich man
do you see Dangote come and start posting, I have $1 billion US, I just made this.
Some people, before maybe they do a certain, maybe mentorship, check their post 2-3 weeks before, or maybe 2 months before. They're catching $1,000, catching this, catching that, catching. After 2-3 months, poor flyer don't come out for mentorship or whatsoever. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, is it a bad thing? It's not a bad thing. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a system, that is in place. Whether you like it or not, people will offer service of knowledge, whether you like it or not, in Forex or outside Forex. So I am not against it, but I'm just trying to tell people that if you are seeing all these things on social media, don't believe everything. There is fake MT4, there's fake alerts, there's fake everything.
Fake MT4. Fake alerts.
There was one time I saw one app like that I think it was my brother that sent me the app.
Yeah.
Where you can edit WhatsApp message and it will be like the real WhatsApp. Like it has the normal battery bar. You can edit message, edit somebody's name. So that means you can edit testimonies and post.
Wow.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Some of what is sometimes, so somebody receives maybe a lot of $100,000 and enters into his trust wallet, it can be faked. So if I thought you want to learn from somebody, check the person's chart work. Fine, you might be seeing the lifestyle, but go and watch the person's video. Most of the mentorship that I've actually gotten are people that don't even know. They just chat me up from YouTube. I get most of my mentorship from YouTube. Hello, Mr. Peak. I really love the way you explain this. Do you offer mentorship? And I'll say yes.
Wow.
Do you get what I'm saying? That means they have gone to watch the videos. There are videos they go and watch. If the person truly knows you will know. Do you get what I'm saying? But don't believe whatever you see on social media. Everybody is coming to sell narrative. Somebody, if they drive 100 million naira car, may they on 3 million naira debts. Forget it.
Jeez.
I'm telling you. But they are coming to sell a narrative for you.
Because it's so funny that sometimes it's possible for you to even make the $100K right
possible,
now, or $50K. It's possible.
Definitely.
But it's also funny. I've also seen some big guys, some big shots lose this huge amount. You
that's
can
normal.
make 100K now. It happened to me one time. It happened to me one time. I traded. After trading, I made money that day, and I withdrew. After withdrawing, I now sent to my sister, my mom, and I was just feeling like, man, I've arrived.
Okay.
My brother. That same day, I lost every other thing that was
glory,
left. And I was like, man, I felt like calling them back. So I feel like the security of funds that you have is the fund that is in your bank.
Yeah.
But the one that's still on MT5 or MT4. Yeah, that is still in the market, and that money is not secure.
And before someone will come and be posting profit of maybe $100K, that's if it is true. Yeah. Before someone come and be posting profit of $100,000, $200,000, simply means that the person is a massive risk taker. So that simply means that when the person wants to lose, the person will lose in that magnitude. Do you get what I'm saying? The person will lose in that magnitude, and they will never come and post their loss. You won't come post say you make $200,000. Who go subscribe to you? Do you get what I'm saying? Right. So they only come to post, the good things. People don't post the bad things. And a lot of bad things happen to a lot of people, including mentors. But they will not come and post it. They only show you the good side. In fact,
I just want to do a little bit of amebo right now because although he's not Nigerian, this guy called FX Alex G. Yeah, you know him now. He that turned $100 to $1 million, and everybody was watching. What's your opinion? Is this something that because everybody was watching, somebody actually came out and say, "Man, this is not real." It's faked and all that. But this guy actually went live. For me, I felt okay. Let me just first of all hear your opinion on that.
Well, as long as life is or will remain, there is actually nothing that is impossible. Yeah. So it is actually possible, but it might just be something that the probability of it happening will be very, very low, like close to zero. It's just one. It can be maybe 1 in 1 billion. Do you get? It's actually possible, but I still cannot say. I can't say. People sabi do things online.
Things, right?
Don't worry.
Things.
People can post house that they did not buy. Wow. People can post it.
Is it a situation of fake it till you make it? What's going on? Because a lot of guys see somebody in Forex. Most of these Forex mentors can make you go and sell your land. Do you understand? And come into because you feel like somebody told me of one mentor that blew $20K. I don't even want to use the favorite quotes from these guys so that nobody will go. And look for and the guy was like, "Nothing fun," and you don't know if this is the last cash this guy has.
Person,
Do you get? Because maybe your own trading, that's one of the things I feel like mentors should be able to start doing to help their mentees to know their risk appetite. Yeah. Do you get? Because some people my risk appetite is different from your risk appetite. And I can't impose my own risk appetite on you. Yeah. Based on my account, I might be someone who is I just love to trade minimalist. I just want to do it,
very conservative.
Very conservative, thank you. So, and then you might just be someone that wants to go all out, So I feel like at this point, mentors should be able to, in as much as most of the mentees come because of the flashy lifestyle, they should be able to educate them properly to know that it's not just about the flashy lifestyles, right? And my trading strategy is my appetite and is different from yours. So you should be able to find a good ground that works for you.
And also one thing about one thing that mentors need to also do. There are some times that I actually reject mentorship.
Oh, you reject mentorship?
Yeah. Once somebody comes to chat me up and be like, "Mr. Peak, I want to learn," I will engage you in a conversation. There are some people that we want to come and learn Forex, and they want to come and learn with the only money they have in this life. Like maybe they've saved and they don't have any other money and they want to come and point into mentorship. I'll tell you, this is not the right thing to do at this point in time. You probably need something that is working outside Forex because this industry that you're entering, even if I teach you, like I know that, maybe I know how to teach, you won't start making money immediately. If this is your last card you are using, it is not advisable. They will even now thank you, "Sir, thank you very much for opening my eyes. Whenever I'm ready, I'll now come." You can reject mentorship. Yeah, so once anybody comes to meet me for mentorship, I engage you in a conversation.
All right, so I want to drive this conversation to this other side because there's an elephant in the room that we need to address, and that is the health concern of of traders.
Okay.
Yeah, the health. I don't see people talk about this.
Yeah.
So the stress level of traders, and talking of the cortisol level, because these things I feel like they have effect in the long run. On traders. That is one, and also a lot of traders being indebted. I don't know if that happened to you. In fact, the worst is some traders go as far as collecting people's money to trade, right? And then they find themselves in situations where they can't help themselves. And at the end of the day, bills and bills keep piling up. So what do you have to say to these two situations I just mentioned?
Okay, let me start with the health of a thing. It's actually true, because this job that we are doing, some people think it is not an hectic job. It is actually, because we are playing a lot with our minds and our emotions. So you can quickly, have high blood pressure. Do you get what I'm saying? So as a trader, you want to try as much as possible to check yourself regularly. And for beginners, some people think that coming to learn Forex trading, right, you are coming to an industry where, you don't spend so much time before you make money. Some people tell you that, I want to quit my job, my 9 to 5, to come into Forex. You might quit your 9 to 5 and come into Forex and meet 24 hours. Do you get?
Guys, you didn't hear that? When I quit 9 to 5,
yes,
and you're like 247,
the initial state of Forex, I'm telling you, 24 hours. When I started Forex, then I wanted to die. Sometimes too. Whenever maybe something happens and I take a trade and I will need to leave the trade till the next day, am I mad to sleep?
Whoa.
My eyes will be closed.
When your money is there.
Are you kidding me? My mind will be closed, but I'll be hearing the tick of the clock.
My
Sleep
God.
where? Sleep where? 2 o'clock, I don't wake up.
Sleep
Check
until
MT4. Close again. I will sleep for 5 hours. Open my eyes. Only 30 minutes has gone by.
Wow.
Open MT4. Be checking trade. The next morning, nope. Like, it's so the psychological, thing is so much in Forex, and there are lots of traders that have blood pressure issue now that actually don't know until they go to check themselves. If you don't go and check, you just go out that one day, you just have something just happen, you just fall down and you don't go. Do you get what I'm saying? So you need to be checking your health consistently, especially if you have not attained that level of profitability yet. Do you get what I'm saying? When I entered into Forex, then it was something that, like, I had an increased, what's it called?
High blood pressure.
Blood pressure.
It happened to me too.
Yeah.
Just a little inch,
So
and I was
what
like, man.
made me to be okay now is because I have like multiple businesses bringing money. So even if I don't trade, money is coming in. So my mind is 100% at rest. I'm not owing anybody. Nobody is owing me. I'm not under pressure of house rent. I'm comfortable. Do you get what I'm saying? But there are lots of traders going through hell that they actually don't know yet. You need to be doing constant checkup. That's number one. Then number two is that you also need to check your eyes to ensure that, most traders are always on the screen. Some people, everybody who wants to go and, buy this last screen and all, you get, and blue light can damage your eyes. You get, so you want to, pay attention to that. Ensure you get a photochromic glass that can, block the blue ray so that it won't affect you. Because if you spend longer time on the screen, you might not know when you start having complications of the eyes. Do you get what I'm saying? So those little things, and we spend time on screen almost every day. You get, so those little things are things that traders need to, put in check to ensure that it doesn't affect them.
And these are conversations that we don't have these conversations. People just want you to come in. As you're coming in, there are certain things. These things are things that we should talk about because the impact of this thing is like in 10, 20 years. If you keep doing that, if you don't find a level ground to be able to find a way to, balance your life,
definitely affect
else you might just run mad. I've seen people go through a lot too. You see this?
Another thing again that is very important, so that can also help the psychology of most traders, is an accountability partner.
Interesting.
A lot of people don't have that. See, because of the fact that people are claiming to be who they are not, when they have problem, they find it hard to go and meet people. I have some friends in this Forex space where we have our back. If some things happen to me now and it's something that is disturbing me, I'll just tell them, a guy, I blow 3K. as in the thing just they affect me. I blow this money. They will just even make you laugh. They will just even laugh about it. You know, guy, why you say we go to the. I'm just giving it as an example. And before you guys to talk about it, you feel light, and they will now maybe show you things that no worry. This all should okay for the next maybe 1 or 2 weeks. Let's just meet together and just trade together. And I have friends in the Forex space like that, but there are some people they don't want anybody to know any negative thing happening in their life.
They want to come out.
They want to come there. No.
Screenshots.
Have some people that you can be vulnerable, to. Tell them that, guy, like I don't understand though. For the past 3 weeks or more, I get more losses than wins.
Streaks, yeah.
Waiting they happen. They can't if they are your close friends, people that are not because you came to meet them now, they don't go post you for Twitter because you need to be careful these days.
You're now casted.
But if you have people that are close to you, that you can have as accountability partner, it goes a long way to help. There are some friends that will come and meet me and be like, guy, this thing no go again. I will go on the phone call, we'll do whatever, do retreats on Forex, check chart again and get them back to get them back on track and continue. But if you don't go the form, see now you be Jagaban.
I be the King Kong.
I know if you come meet me, we be kangaroo. So you go die in silence now. So it's something that we need to put into consideration.
Interesting. In fact, I love to always have these conversations because I want people to start taking this thing seriously. Like you mentioned, the eyes, very important. Your cortisol level, very important. So traders, please, this is, should I say warning, go back, check your blood pressure as you're trading every single time and make sure that you're cool and you're good because it's a living, only the living can do what can trade.
Yes.
Okay, so the other one was I asked you something about, how should people approach this issue of a lot of traders, like I said, are indebted. So what do you think should be a way out for these guys?
I think number one, let this sound as a note of warning to people that the fact that you have learned Forex and things are starting to become clear to you doesn't mean you can manage money. Some people, when they learn Forex, there is this blood rush, that first 1-2 months, when some trades start going in their direction, they be like,
I've arrived. I
don't reach. Before you know, they want to go and start collecting money from people. You never reach anywhere. You cannot manage money. Do you know that you can be a profitable trader and you can be making profits and still enter into debt?
Wow.
This thing happened to a lot of people then. I think during all those COVID time, people that were lots of people were running investments, whatever then. And one thing that affected them too was giving out fixed ROI. You collect investment from somebody that give me $100,000, for example, and you tell the person I'll be giving you 20% monthly. Now, that means whether things go well or not, you have promised the person 20% monthly. 20%. Now, that 20%, for you to personally gain as a trader trading it, means you need to make more than 20%. Since you have promised the person 20%, that means you need to make, let's say, maybe like 40%, so that when you give the person 20%, you also have gain because you are the one trading the capital. Do you get what I'm saying? Now, that's already too much pressure on you. 40% is in fact 20% is too much.
That's one thing people don't know because they have to. Banks don't even do this.
They give 4% per year, and you are giving 20%. Are you God? Do you get what I'm saying? Now, a trader can promise 20%, and at the end of a particular month, let's say the trader makes 15%.
Yeah,
he was profitable that month, but he has given fixed ROI of 20%. He will pay that 20%. That means he has entered into the capital by $5,000. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you do that continuously, you can be profitable always. You can be profitable every month. But at the end of the day, real life margin call will happen on the money. And before you know, there's no money on ground again.
Wow.
Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah. So people don't have financial knowledge. You have not been to any finance school to understand, money management, to understand finances, to understand investment, because you hit TP 2-3 times.
You feel like Odugu.
You don't add investor to your name. You get
FX. Let me not say FX. You PeakFx. I don't want to bash anybody, but why all the traders? Everybody wants to be like FX. Even me say FX. So why?
No, it's just nomenclature for people to know the region that you.
Some people don't like this FX being added to their names. So
maybe with time I'll remove mine. But for now, let's just.
It's okay. I'm not asking you to. I mean, it's good. It's like a doctor, Yeah. So this is I'm into health, so I want to be called this doctor, this and all that. It's all good. Okay, interesting. I love the conversation we're having, but I want to talk about you as an influencer now.
Okay.
Because I know you have something going on with PeakFx. You want to talk about it?
I don't know. Of course, like I said, I'm a brand.
Yeah.
So, and being a brand, there are several ways that you can, should I say, monetize it?
Yeah.
Or so. So, because of the fact that I have reached to lots of Forex traders and my content usually fly, of course, some of these Forex brands come to, to actually, maybe advertise or something. Yeah. And of course, we do business together.
Do you think as an influencer, what are the things that one needs to have? What are the things that qualify you to becoming an influencer in this space?
Just give out value. I think that's what I would say. Give out value and give it out consistently. Once you give it out consistently and your values are relatable, people tend to share it. More people tend to see it. And once brands see all these things, of course, if a brand wants to market their products to the consumers, what most brands need are intermediary people that have influence on the consumer. So they'll definitely come and meet you. They'll definitely come and meet you, rather, and of course you charge them money.
Interesting. Okay, so I have a few questions. I'm just sharp, quick questions. What if and what if there? Okay. So I just need to open my phone and look at it and ask you a few questions. So, but before I ask you that question, there's this interesting one that keeps popping up.
Okay.
So I heard somebody said it to a girl in a relationship. Forex is like babe.
Yes, no.
It'd be like woman.
Definitely.
Do you understand? Forex be like woman. So somebody asked a girl, said, would you give a man, one man, multiple chances or give multiple men a chance? And I was like, okay, let me bring it back to Forex. So would you give a strategy multiple chances, or would you give multiple strategies a chance?
Would I give multiple?
Would you give a strategy multiple chances, right?
Yeah.
And that's like maybe you are an SMC trader, right? Okay. And then it failed here 2, 3, 4, but you still believe I want to just stick to being an SMC trader? Or would you give multiple strategies, SMC, ICT, these that just want one chance here and jump?
When you are just starting out, give multiple strategies a chance. But when you have streamlined to what works, you give
one strategy multiple chances.
Yes.
Okay, nice. How much money have you, the most amount of money you've made in Forex?
Most amount, like a single trade.
Single day. Not even single trade, single day.
A single trade, I've not done much. People come to say they've done hundreds of thousands. A single day, I think I've done 16K.
16K.
A single day.
Interesting. And how much money have you lost the most? That pained you, like it got to you?
It was when I lost the investment, the $50,000.
$50,000. Was it your money?
My money, and I collected investments from. I collected money from other people to go and invest in this Forex company, and they packed up.
Oh my! Okay, it wasn't even you that
No,
lost.
I didn't trade it. No.
Okay, I see. That's interesting. And let me just ask the what if questions before we round up very quickly. So I just want to know your response to this. So would you rather have a rewind button or a pause button for your trading?
A rewind
button.
Yeah. So you can always correct the wrong if there is a wrong.
Okay. Nice. Okay, and the next one. So would you rather use a 0.01 lot size on a 10K account or a 10 standard lot size on a 1K account?
At this level that I am, a 10 standard lot on a 1K, because I have several 1Ks. So I can flip it. But what am I doing with 0.01?
0.01 and 10K.
How much I won't make? Are you kidding me? How much I won't make?
But funny thing is, people think
But when I started out then, I could. But now, that means I'll be wasting time. I'll be wasting screen time.
And funny enough, people usually think that, risk management is all about using 0.01 lot size.
No. It's all about knowing your appetite, what you are willing to let go. Yeah.
Okay, so let me just get very personal quickly before we round off this. We're about to round off. So I like to know, is Mr. Peak's married? Is he engaged? What's going on?
Mr. Peak is not married. Yeah, Mr. Peak was once engaged at the time, but
wow.
before the ship got to, the harbor, there was a wild wind that just disrupted everything. So Mr. Peak is not married.
I don't know, because I feel like a lot of Forex guys are not getting married. They have the money.
Don't mind them.
You know how much these guys are cashing out? But hardly do you hear them do weddings up and down. It's just only one or two persons.
Maybe they see marriage as constraint, maybe.
And having to deal with a woman, it's another thing as a trader, because some guys, I mean, it's one thing for you to be a good trader and also know how to manage a woman as a trader, because sometimes trading takes a lot of your time and you are almost always
if you are good in Forex trading and you are also managing your girlfriend simultaneously, you can manage any company in this world.
Wow.
I swear down.
Wow.
Yes.
What a criteria.
You can manage any company, any company in this world. In fact, that should be in your CV. That I was a Forex trader at some point and I was in a relationship simultaneously and it worked out. They should just give you a company to manage.
Whoa. Interesting. Okay, so before we round up, what would be the one thing, I'm sure I've not missed anything. Okay, your cars. Let me just ask you, do you have a favorite car you would like to buy? I know Forex guys love to show off cars. Are you a car guy or a house guy? Which one would you want to show off?
I think I'm a house guy. But of course, if the money is there, you buy the cars.
The cars. Yeah. You have a specific one you're looking at. Maybe the next 1-2 years, this is the dream car.
What's the next 1-2 years? I priced a GLE recently.
Hey, please, when you want to pick it, call me. So we go together.
I priced it, but I now changed my mind because the pressure of social media got to me at the point. I'm like, this one, so I went to the car stand. I priced it. I entered it. I'm like, I just. Like, okay, I don't think I need this now. Let me just focus on my buildings and all, and I'll come back to it. But when the time comes, we'll do all that.
So that means you make your money, like you just mentioned buildings, you make money and then you diversify into.
Yes, I love it. I love diversification. Yeah,
that's interesting, because traders should also know you mentioned something about sources or having other sources of income, so that you're not totally focused on just this. All right, we've had a very, very interesting conversation. So what would be the one thing you have to advise any upcoming trader, someone who's just setting in a greenhorn, someone who wants to just step into the world of Forex trading? What would you advise?
All right, what I would advise them is to, number one, have a good intention towards trading. Like, know the reason why you want to go into Forex trading, and the reason should not be the glamour of what you see on social media. Then number two, like I've said before, focus on knowledge. If you don't know something about a subject matter, you should not be qualified to make money from that thing. So focus on knowledge. Then at the same time, also try as much as possible to know that we exist in the realm of time, and whatsoever that we want to achieve will happen with respect to time. So you want to be patient. Don't rush yourself. Be patient enough to go through the process, right? And try as much as possible to also evolve as you are going through the process, so you don't spend so long in the process. And follow the right people. Eventually, everything will make sense. I promise you. Yeah.
All right. So the last word there is follow the right people. Eventually, everything is going to make sense. Yeah. All right. So I'm not forgetting the fact that you want to buy GLE. So when you're going for the GLE, please just holler at me. So we go together. I need to also, do selfie with you and taking the GLE. Thank you so much,
thanks
Mr.
for having me. I really appreciate it. It's a nice
fun. It's been fun having this conversation with you and doing this with you. I look forward to, bringing you back sometime. Thank you so very much.
I'll be very glad to come. Yeah. Thanks for having me.
So thank you guys for watching the episode 6 of the Profitable Podcast. Make sure you follow us and subscribe to this channel. All right. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok, the Profitable Podcast HQ. I'm looking forward to seeing you there. My name is Danny P. Esu. You can check me out on Instagram at Danny P. Esu. And let's link up. Let's have a conversation. Drop a comment and let me know what you think about all this. It's been a pleasure, all right? I had Mr. Peaks right here and giving us all the vibe, the peak vibes all through. Catch you next time. Bless ya. Peace.